Miriam, it's me, Blue. You sleep already? You promised to read to me. Miriam? Miriam? No. I gotta tell Lance. Lance isn't gonna like this. Lance!
I didn't say you shouldn't get a new car. I just said there's nothing wrong with the one you already have.
In other words, bad timing, Weaver?
No, in other words, if you're getting the car to impress me, don't. I won't fall for a guy because of the kind of car he drives.
You mean like all the girls that your brother takes for rides in his Corvette? You know, I really think that we should tell Gil that it's not just his good looks alone that gets him his dates.
I think he knows how much that car helps his social life, which is probably why he treats the car better than me.
Well, you certainly don't have to worry about who comes first in my life.
Oh, and just who does, Russell?
I don't know who it's a girl I know, a brunette, blonde. No, yeah, you.
Oh.
Tell you what.
What?
Forget I mentioned the car. Just thought it'd be nice to have a new set of wheels to go with my new set of jobs.
Oh, that's right. Oh, the new job with the family business that you won't exactly tell me about.
Here we go again.
Well, I'm sorry. I can't help it. I still would like to know more about the kind of job that Vince is involved in besides Hollister Mall. Especially now more than ever since you're going to be working for him.
I told you before, he's in investments. Why can't we just leave it at that? What's wrong with just leaving it at that?
Nothing, as long as he has holdings in other companies like Hollister Mall. So why won't you be straight with me? Does he or doesn't he?
The reason I won't be straight with you is because Vince owns so much stock in so many different companies. He can't keep track of them. How would I know what business he has?
I would expect you to the same way I expect him to. Your father isn't the kind of man who
Marianne, I am happy for me. Why can't you be?
Russ, you know I want what's best for you.
I've got what's best for me right here.
I just don't feel right about your job.
I can make you feel better. That's what I'm here for. You know, I'm alone with you.
Russ, I know what you're doing.
Good. It's about time you cut off. Now, how about a little cooperation?
Now, you're trying to distract me, so I won't ask you any more questions about Vince.
No, I'm just trying to get your attention.
Russ, no.
Yes, yes.
Just stop it. Come on. Look, stop it. You don't mean it anyway.
Lance, I went to get you as soon as I saw she wasn't here.
Yeah, well, I can see Miriam's not here, you idiot! Now, how do you suppose she escaped?
I don't know. I didn't let her out.
Huh?
No, Lance, I didn't.
Yeah, I bet you left the door unlocked, didn't you?
No, I locked it, and I double checked it
Yeah,
every
just
time.
like you did this time. I didn't see you pull any keys out. Hey, you look around here. She got out of here somehow, Blue.
All right, I'm gonna look up. I'll find out, Lance. I'll find out how she. I'll look.
She couldn't have gotten out of this door without a key.
What?
Get back there, Blue.
I'm looking. I'm looking.
Just got run on my back about baths, and now I gotta go through this. I'm tired of looking like a fool in front of it. Hey, wait a minute, Blue. I got it. I think I got it.
What is it, Lance?
This is where she escaped. You come in here every day, Blue, and you didn't even say that.
I didn't know.
Shut up! Now, I don't want to hear any more of your excuses.
Can you see anything?
No, it's dark, Blue.
I wonder how long she's been gone.
I don't know, but she's not gonna find a way out there. She's gonna get lost.
Yeah, let's go bet on it.
She was smart enough to get away out of a locked house now, wasn't she? Now I want you to check the front of the house, you hear me? You get a flashlight, you go all the way to the road.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna go check along the railroad tracks. You understand that?
All right, Lance. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now listen, Blue. One of us better come back with Miriam, you understand? Because if we don't, he's gonna wipe us out. You got that?
You can't just turn me on and off like some kind of a faucet. I don't think the bottom line here has anything to do with the job that Vince offered me.
Excuse me, please.
It's our friend Terry Davidson, isn't it?
Terry Davidson?
Yeah, Kingsley's one and only little saint. Although you're catching up with her, Marianne. Every time I can't figure out just what's bugging you, it's usually after one of your little woman-to-woman talks with her.
I haven't discussed anything with Mrs. Davidson. But if I had, she'd probably just repeat what I already suspect about us.
Do tell me your suspicions.
Russ, I've accused you of not being honest with me. Well, I haven't been honest with myself. Now, I can't go on pretending it doesn't matter anymore. You just don't feel the same way about the Lord that I do. We'll never see eye to eye on anything.
Marianne, I am not a heathen. I believe there's a God.
There's more than just believing God exists. There's knowing Him.
What do you mean, knowing him? I know he's God. What more do you want, for crying out loud?
I want him to be a part of you. I want him to be your personal savior, just like he's mine. But for your sake, not for mine. There's no other way.
Marianne, hey, you. We love each other. I mean, doesn't that count for something? Isn't that good enough?
No, it isn't. Russ, the love we have is not strong enough to hold us together.
I don't know if I like the way that sounds.
I don't either, but it's true. I just think it would be best if we stopped seeing each other for a while.
I don't want to stop seeing you.
I need time to think.
Okay, fine. Hey, take all the time you want, babe. But don't shut me out.
I have to go.
Hey, come on, Marianne, wait. Listen, I'll drive you home, okay? I mean, I know you don't want to walk.
I'll take a taxi.
Marianne, come on, let's talk. Come on, what are you doing?
Well, you know, I tried to reach you before you left. I couldn't get an answer. I wanted to let you know Ben hadn't called yet.
It's probably because I was in Mr. Carpenter's room. You know, he's going to be going home pretty soon. I can't get over that man.
Yeah? What's he done?
Well, for a while there, I really thought he was going to open up to the Lord. As a matter of fact, I know he was when he told me he didn't think he was going to make it through the bypass surgery. Today, he didn't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, a man like Carpenter's a hard man to convince.
Yeah, I know, but Peter, it is in weak moments like that that we realize just how much we need Jesus. And that's what Mr. Carpenter was going through.
Mr. Carpenter admitting he had a weak moment? I'd like to hear that.
Well, he didn't say that exactly, but it was pretty obvious. And Miriam's disappearance is really bothering him. Maybe that's something he's going to let the Lord handle.
I just can't believe she'd take off without telling anybody.
I don't think she did. Ione said Sergeant Brubaker found her car.
He did? Where?
Would you believe it was in the police parking lot? Yeah, they towed it away because it was parked illegally outside Ione's house.
That's probably Ben there. Sit tight. I got it. Hello?
Peter?
Hey, Ben! Hey, I thought that was gonna be you. How's it going?
How's Lori? Well, why don't I let her answer that for herself?
Hello, Peter.
Lori?
Mom, it's Lori. Hi, how's it going?
I'm fine. How's my little brother?
Hey, I'm okay. I miss you, though. That's why I want you home.
Let me talk.
Mom wants to talk. Hang on a sec.
Hi, honey.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, it's so good to hear your voice.
It's good to hear yours, too. Well, how are you?
I'm fine, fine. Listen, when are you coming home?
Soon. I should be there next week.
In time for Christmas. Oh, Laura, you don't know how happy that makes me.
Look, Mom, I'm going to let Ben, tell you all about it. It's funny, I don't feel too comfortable talking on the phone in public like this.
All right, honey, I understand. I love you.
I love you, Mom.
Yeah, Terry.
Ben, tell me I'm not dreaming. I'm really going to have all my children home for Christmas.
Well, it certainly looks that way. Do you think you can handle all of us?
Right now, I can handle anything. Say, Peter told me about the call from Dr. Diedrichson. When is he going to discharge Lori?
Well, sometime next week. I have my wife back, Terry. Hey, guess where we went today?
Where?
We went up to the ski lodge that we were supposed to visit on our anniversary. And it was really cold, but we made it this time.
That's wonderful, Ben. Lori sounds a little skittish.
Yeah, a little.
Does she remember anything about the attack?
No, not really. But we have our futures ahead of us, and we'll deal with that.
Yes, you do. Thank you, Jesus, for that future.
And thank you, Jesus, for Lori. Your mother's been taking care of the plants. You remember the rubber plant that we bought on our honeymoon? Remember it? You wouldn't even recognize it now.
Well, I want Mom to keep it. I mean, she's got the green thumb in the family. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, no, of course not. Laura, you can give her anything in the apartment if you want to, so long as you're there with me.
Ben, you're so good to me.
You're so beautiful.
Do you know how many times you've said that today?
Not nearly enough. I mean it, Laura, you're stunning.
Said he liked my new suit?
Yes, I think it's very pretty.
Thanks.
In fact, I'm glad you suggested that we come here. That way I get to show you off.
Yeah, well, I wanted to make up for the anniversary. I mean, I ruined things for you and for Mom and for Peter, too. I mean, they came all the way here and
Lori,
I couldn't even...
Lori, now the time they spent with you, they enjoyed. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Dr. Diedrichson says you're coming along fine. You know, I think he's as eager to get rid of you as I am to have you home.
Oh, Ben, I want to come home. I really do.
Well, next week we'll pack up and head back to Kingsley. Just you and...
What is it?
Your wedding ring, it's on the wrong hand.
That's right. It's supposed to go on the left, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. The left side.
Oh, I remember now. I took it off to wash my hair. Are you sure you don't mind my hair being so short?
Hey, it's beginning to grow on me, kiddo.
Very funny. Anyway, I guess I just didn't put it back on the right hand.
Well, that's okay. No harm done. There. All is well again.
Fits my shoulders just great, doesn't it? I think it's a great fit.
Yeah, it's just made for you.
I couldn't wait until Christmas to wear it. It ought to turn a couple heads tonight when we go to the Castaway.
Yeah, I bet.
Nancy, at the same shop, I saw a dress that you would love. It's a little bit more expensive than this was, but definitely you.
Well, why don't I just drop everything and rush out to the store and buy it? I mean, which piece of furniture shall I sell first to get the cash?
I'm sorry, Nancy. I wasn't thinking. You're still in a bind, huh?
I'm just about as broke as I've ever been. I mean, if you hadn't offered to treat me, I couldn't even afford a chaser at the Castaway.
Well, didn't you get your paycheck today? I put it inside your desk drawer.
Yeah, I got it, but I've spent it already.
All of it already?
Well, Vicky, the county doesn't pay enough for this lousy part-time job to feed a bird. I mean, look at this place. It's expensive to keep it up.
It's pretty big for one person. Why don't you put an ad in the Chronicle for roommates?
Oh, not in a million years.
But Nancy, why not? The money they pay you would probably be enough to cover all your expenses.
Yeah, well, I'm not desperate enough to open my house to a bunch of weirdos. I like my privacy.
Well, I can't think of any other way for you to get extra income. The job market in Kingsley's pretty tight right now, just like everywhere else.
Yeah, I know it's pretty tight. In fact, that's why I was going to ask you if you could see about me getting a raise.
A raise?
Yeah, well, you said that you were real pleased with my work.
Nancy, you're doing a great job. But the only raise the county gives is the cost of living increase, and that's not effective until the middle of next year.
Next year?
And it's only for permanent full-time employees.
That's not fair.
That's the way it is.
What is it with this two-bit town? I mean, you can't get a raise. The Brubaker keeps my jewelry. I mean, what's going to happen next year?
I thought you'd have your jewelry back by now.
Yeah, I thought so too, but then, I don't know, Tab's lawyer is trying to finagle some deal so he doesn't have to go back to jail, and, you know, the police won't even give me an earring until the case is closed.
Nancy, listen, let's just drop and forget our problems. We're gonna go out tonight to the Castaway, we're gonna have a great time, maybe pick up a couple of cuties to, is that?
That's another one of my creditors. I mean, they certainly work overtime.
Maybe you shouldn't answer it.
Well, I'm game if you are, right?
Surprise! Remember me, Fred Winthrop?
How could I forget? What are you doing here?
I came to see you, gorgeous. I thought we could go out tonight.
Say, I am really glad that you and Carla dropped by, Jean. I was just going to call Ione and tell her about Lori.
Oh, you don't have to worry about Mom. We'll make sure that she finally knows that Lori's gonna be coming home.
And I know she's going to be as happy as you are when she finds out, if that's possible.
Carla, I don't know if I can contain myself until next week when Lori comes home. I've even started checking off dates on the calendar.
Look, Ben just called us tonight to tell us the news. Talk about impatient.
Guess who gave me the calendar?
Oh.
You asked me for it.
I'm sorry. Here Peter and I are going on about Lori, and I haven't even asked you anything about you two. As if I need to ask.
Well, I don't think we've come down to earth yet, have we, lady?
Nope, and I hope we never do.
Hey, Gene, here you're a reporter at the Chronicle now.
Oh, yeah. I covered the city government and whatever else that comes my way.
He just finished a story on the Board of County Commissioners, and it was very good, I might add, and the editor loved it.
That's great. This is really a new beginning for your career, isn't it, Jean?
Well, it's more than a new beginning for my career. It's for my life, too. I mean, Carla and I have started over in more ways than one, which is why we want to talk to you.
Oh?
Yeah, it's about your mom's house. We're still interested in buying it.
Yeah, you know, we've always loved it. It's been our dream house.
Look, Terry, we know that you agreed to sell it to us before you knew Nancy was half owner, too.
I did, and that offer still stands. But we can't sell the house unless Nancy agrees with me to sell to a third party.
Oh, I know. But, you know, Harold explained the joint ownership when we told him that we wanted to buy.
Do you think Nancy will allow us to be the third party?
Well, I don't know, Carla, but now might be a good time to approach her. She's strapped for money.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can say that again.
She had been hounding me to sell her my half, but, well, when her broken engagement with Charles Carpenter happened, she just couldn't afford to buy me out.
Well, you know, we're really anxious about getting that house. You think possibly you could check with her again, see if she'd be willing to sell it to us?
I'll tell you what, why don't I give her a call right now?
Oh, Terry, would you do that?
Hey!
Sure, I think that every couple should have their dream house.
Oh, great.
You really stopped by to take me out?
I sure did, honey. Forgive me for not calling before I came, but that's the way I am. Now, you just name the place. And we can bring Blondie along. There's never a crowd with me.
Well, Fred, I can't really go out.
Well, why not?
Well, you see, I've already made plans.
I'll get that, Nancy.
No, look, here, you look after Fred, and I'll take care of that.
Hi.
Hello?
Nancy, I'm glad you're in.
What do you want?
I'd like to talk to you. Something important has come up I think we should discuss.
Yeah, well, I can't be bothered now. I'm just walking out the door.
When would be a good time for us to get together? Tomorrow, maybe?
Yeah, tomorrow's fine.
Okay, well, where should we meet? I could come over there.
No, look, I'll come to the hospital, okay? You're always there anyway.
Okay, that'll be fine. Why don't you give me a call before you drop by, though, okay?
Yeah, okay, all right, fine. Bye.
I think folks should always be ready to have a good time. With or without a phone call, right? Changed your mind about our date?
Well, Fred, actually, we've had plans already. Vicki and I both did.
We do, yeah.
You sure?
Well, actually, we were planning on going out to the Castaway, and just as soon as I find my wallet, I can't find it anywhere.
Well, if you'd let me take you out, you wouldn't need it.
Well, no, see, you don't understand. I have a $100 bill in there, and I really need that. I just...
Well, I'll give you the money, if you let me buy you a drink.
No, I couldn't do
Oh, come on. Please?
Well, all right.
Now you're talking. Now get your coat, and we'll head on down there.
Come on, Vicki, let's go. Where would you like to go? I was just thinking.
How about the test?
I don't believe this.
The next time you pull a stunt like that, baby, I'm not going to be so forgiving. You got that?
It's better in here than out there in the dark, Miriam.
Yeah, I've already taken care of your little escape hats there. So don't you go getting any more bright ideas. But Mary, you ain't ever going to get away from me. You got that? Hello, Blue. I think our princess needs a little rest.
Jesus! I thought you were gonna let me get away from here. Oh, Lord. Help me.